Hello and good evening. Today it is Friday, February 12th, 2021, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that the Vegas Golden Knights actually wore these hideous gold buckets for their game against the Anaheim Ducks last night. And yes, for this video today, I will be ranting on these god-awful gold helmets that the Golden Knights decided to wear last night against the Ducks. Thankfully, the Anaheim Ducks defeated them. Why do I say that? Because I hope it's incentive for the Golden Knights to never wear these hideous gold helmets ever again. Were they trying to pay tribute to C-3PO or something? I mean, for Christ's sake, these gold helmets were god-awful. They look horrible. And no, unfortunately, this photo is not photoshopped in any way. Yes, this photo is legitimate. This is a real photo. The Golden Knights, yes, they did bring out these god-awful, hideous, shiny gold helmets last night. So, they took their very decent, pleasant on the eyes, home uniform and ruined it with these gold helmets last night. And look at that poor Ryan Reeves. He looks like he's saying, "Oh, get this god-awful helmet off of me. Please, somebody take it off. Take it off." That's what I'd be thinking. Now, obviously, he isn't saying that in this photo. He's playing hockey, but you get what I'm saying. That's what he looks like here. I mean, these are hideous. I mean, did nobody learn anything from the chrome domes that the Los Angeles Kings wore with this hideous Stadium Series uniform of theirs last season when they played in the outdoor game, in the Stadium Series game, against the Colorado Avalanche? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, did we not learn anything from this? This looked hideous when the Kings wore it. In my opinion, the gold domes look even worse than the chrome domes. And this helmet looks completely out of place. It sticks out like a sore thumb for every wrong reason imaginable. I mean, if they wanted to try a different helmet, I'd be all for them trying a black helmet, because I think a black helmet would actually look way better on their home jersey you see here, or their home uniform, their new gold uniform, alternate uniform, and even their red reverse retro uniform. I think the Golden Knights should permanently switch to a black helmet for their home uniform because I think it'd tie in the uniform better. Even though I do agree with my one viewer who feels that the steel gray helmets are better or are unique. He thinks they're better. I think a black helmet would be better. And to that viewer, you know who you are. But, I do agree with him on one thing. The steel gray helmets are unique. Nobody else has a steel gray helmet but the Golden Knights. But I honestly think that a black helmet would be better. If they wanted to do that, I'd be all for it. But these shiny gold helmets? What? I thought this was a joke. I mean, if they wanted to wear these at a practice or for a warm-up, sure, whatever. But for an actual game, are you kidding me? These look hideous. Who thought this was a good idea? I mean, look at them on the bench, too. You've got this, I don't even think the gold matches on the helmets with the jersey, or the socks, or the gloves. I mean, Jesus Christ. What a disaster. What a way to ruin a great uniform. Seriously. I'm in disbelief right now. I can't believe the Golden Knights did something so goddamn terrible. I mean, if they wanted to try this gold helmet, the only uniform they should have ever considered it for was their third jersey. And yes, I get the argument that this is very Vegas. Just doesn't mean you should do it. And yet people complain that the New York Islanders should have done a reverse retro of the Gorton's Fisherman. And yeah, I mean, I do agree with people that their navy blue reverse retro is boring. But you know what? At least it looks damn good. I honestly think that the NHL needs more Lou Lamoriellos and Mike Keenans to say, hey, stupid stuff like this here should not be used. It should not happen. It's because of Mike Keenan in the mid-90s that the St. Louis Blues never wore that hideous trumpet jersey. It's because of Lou Lamoriello that the Islanders aren't wearing some Gorton's Fisherman reverse retro. And yes, I know there's lots of people who would love to see it. But you know what? There's a reason it lasted 2 seasons and 2 seasons only. It was horrible. Even though, as I say that, the Anaheim Ducks did decide to do a white reverse retro of the Wild Wing, which I think they should have never done. I'm happy for the people who like the Wild Wing, but it doesn't mean they should have done it. I wish they wouldn't have. They should have avoided that idea like the plague. That's how I feel. And I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, but this has just been a bad season for uniforms. I mean, you have as I say that, I know there are a lot of reverse retros that a lot of people like, but I mean in terms of equipment. First off, we had the Colorado Avalanche think it's a good idea to start wearing blue equipment, and I know there's some people who think that it's better than the black equipment. And, I respect people's opinions. I don't expect people to always agree with me, but I'm sorry. I think the blue equipment, in my opinion, for Colorado sucks. Especially on their away uniform. It sticks out like a sore thumb for all the wrong reasons. It was the jerseys that needed to be fixed, not the equipment. Then you even look at, for example, the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm going to be in the vast minority for saying this, but I don't think it's right that the Montreal Canadiens are wearing a blue reverse retro jersey. I don't think they should have taken part in this program at all. And if they did, all they should have done is taken an old throwback and mixed it around a little bit. That's all they should have done. I mean, I know there's lots of people who love the idea of Montreal finally doing something different. And I respect your opinion if you feel that way. But I think that for the most iconic team in the entire sport of hockey, the Montreal Canadiens, there's some things you just should not do. And a blue jersey, in my opinion, is one of those things. And I know I'm in the vast minority, but that's how I feel. And now this season, last night, we get the Vegas Golden Knights taking their very decent home uniform and absolutely ruining it with these gold buckets. I mean, in my opinion, the gold bucket on this uniform is the equivalent of a skid mark in somebody's underwear. It's bad. It's terrible. It sticks out for all the wrong reasons. All the crappiest reasons possible. Pun 110% intended. I mean, who thought this was a good idea? I know I said that earlier, but I don't care. This is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster. And dear Vegas Golden Knights, for the love of God, never, ever do this again. If you want to wear the gold buckets for one game with your gold alternate uniform, I have to confess, that would be interesting to see for one game. But after that, never do this again. Especially never do this with your home uniform, the best uniform they have right now, by far, ever again. Yes, I'm biased. I do think that the gold uniform is unique. I'm glad that they tried it. But that shade of gold is too mustardy for my taste. Yet on their home uniform, it looks so damn good as an accent color. I mean, what a disaster. I can't say it enough. I know I'm a broken record. But seriously, it seems like teams are, making the stupidest decisions this season with equipment. Or they're making a lot of stupid decisions. We've got a lot of mediocre reverse retro uniforms, in my opinion. And yet, throughout the years in the Adidas era, I've been complaining a whole lot about terrible color inserts, like the Chicago Blackhawks and now the San Jose Sharks, taking their beautiful 1990s original teal jersey and slightly ruining it with that hideous collar insert that makes their collar look like a giant toilet seat. There's been a lot of stupid uniform decisions this year, in my opinion. There's been some great ones, too. But even another one, the Buffalo Sabres adding that white piping to their beautiful royal blue colored jersey. Taking their original jersey and adding that white piping, what the hell were they thinking? Colorado, let's switch to blue equipment. And now the Vegas Golden Knights here. Gold buckets. Shiny gold. These look like they were made by C-3PO out of Star Wars. and the San Jose Sharks with their stupid collar insert, and the Dallas Stars with their monochrome white, all white, Tron-inspired disaster reverse retro. Just stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. You know, honestly, I think that, you know, unfortunately, I hate to be that guy, folks, but I wish there were more Lou Lamoriello and Mike Keenan type people in the NHL today, so that they could say to the teams doing stupid ideas like this that, hey, this ain't happening. This looks stupid. Get rid of it. And I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on that. I understand. But that's how I feel. Anyways, I'm keeping this rant short. I'm going to call this a wrap. I'd be curious to hear how other people feel about this and some of the other stuff I've mentioned throughout this video. But let me tell you, Vegas Golden Knights, this was the stupidest thing you've done in the NHL so far. These gold helmets look absolutely horrendous. What a disaster. What a terrible decision you made last night. Please never do this again. That's a wrap, folks. Until my next video, take care. And as always, bye for now.